Going into the game, you guys were still number 3 in the BCS standings, and you knew that there's a chance you guys could win this game and still be left out of the national title game. So what was the team's attitude like leading up to it?
I think the team attitude and it's something that Coach Snyder does well. You don't worry about what the standards are saying. We control our own destiny. We knew that if we had pulled out that win, we could have had a shot to play for the national title. But we also knew that it's K-State, and we wasn't really getting that much respect throughout the nation. And we knew that, but all we was focused on was trying to control our own destiny at the time.
Michael Bishop with me here talking about the '98 Big 12 championship game, day 2 with Mike. You're up 17-3, and it seems like things are going pretty well. And this is where I think one of the big fan conspiracies comes in. People felt like if the score of the UCLA game would not have been announced to everybody in the stadium, maybe that would have changed things. Did you guys lose focus at all? Do you think it affected you that you found out that UCLA had lost in the middle of the game?
I can't speak for every player on everybody that was on that sideline, but I as a player and as a quarterback of that team that year, I heard people talking about UCLA just lost. I think Miami lost also, but my main focus was hey, it doesn't matter what those other teams are doing. We still got to go out and finish the game. We got to win this game. So I don't know if some of the focus was lost because of that score, but the guys that I went to war with every day, the guys that I went to battle with, the guys that played, every ounce of their body and put it on the line, I don't think that there was something that took the focus away from the game as far as the guys that was on the field. I mean, as a player, there was so much going on. There was so much emotion. There was so much. I got to get this done going on, in our guts. So, I can't speak to everybody else, but to me, I don't think it was a distraction to me because I've always been a winner. I wanted to win regardless of what else was going on in our nation.
Well, so many things happened towards the end of the game that really could have changed the outcome. And Michael Bishop with me here for a second straight day, talking today specifically about the '98 Big 12 championship game. The one that people remember a lot, and I hate to even bring it up because I feel like the play embodied what you were. You're fighting for extra yardage on third down with a first down to clinch the game, and you get the ball jarred loose and fumble, and Texas A&M goes and ties it. What do you remember from that play, and how much do you still think about that play specifically?
I think it's to me, as I play it back in my mind, I'm always when I'm running the ball, I'm looking at the guy in front of me, but I'm also looking down the field too, just to see if I make this guy miss, maybe I can get an extra 6-7 yards. And if I make this guy miss, maybe I can burst loose and get in the end zone. Get a block from the receiver downfield, get in the end zone. So when you're actually running the ball and you're looking straight down at the end zone, a lot of things can happen. I've spoken to that win about that before too. And, it was a shot that he got a shot on me, hit my elbow, and the ball popped out. If I play it back in my mind, should I just go down on the ground and let the ref blow the play dead, or do I keep going and try to get as much as I can? And at that time, the mentality of I'm a winner, we got to win this game. I think all that plays a big part of it. But at the end of the day, that got a shot in on me. The ball comes loose.
Michael Bishop talking with me here about the '98 Big 12 championship game. After A&M ties it up, they get the 2-point conversion. You throw actually a Hail Mary at the end of the game, and it's complete, but Everett Burnett comes down with it at the 2-yard line and gets knocked down just a couple yards short of the end zone. What do you remember from that play? I mean, how frustratingly crazy is that you complete a Hail Mary, but it's just a couple yards shy?
Well, the thing about that situation is, when we decided we was going to throw the ball up down the end zone, I knew that I had the arm strength to get it down there. There wasn't a question. I think, Coach Snyder knew it too. Receivers at that time, whatever came in, we practiced that play in practice all the time. So it wasn't like we hadn't done it before. It's just now we're doing it on a big stage. So I think when Everett went up and made that catch, I think, and I can't speak for him, but I think that he thought he was in the end zone already. But we come up a yard or two short. But I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, if he had known where he was, he would have fought along with other receivers, push and shove, and they would have got him in the end zone. Just the fact that, I don't know if he was excited that he caught it and just didn't think about falling backwards or let me pump my legs and let me make sure I'm in the end zone. But he came down with the ball, and that was the first thing we want to do is come down with the ball on the Hail Mary. So I got to give him credit for going up getting it. But at the same time, I think I don't know if he understood where he was on the field when he caught the ball, because like I stated before, I know me knowing Everett and knowing how big he wanted to be a part of the championship team. If he known he's a yard away from that, he'd probably get in the end zone.
Now, even after that, you go to overtime, and each team exchanged field goals in the first overtime, but you guys came close to scoring a touchdown. I believe it was Eric Hickson lead blocking for you, essentially, that you basically got your feet tangled up. Would you have scored on that play had that not happened?
I definitely think I would have scored. I mean, that situation, when I got the play call and I knew the ball was going to be in my hand, I really wasn't paying attention to what's to my left or what's to my right. I was focusing on getting the ball in the end zone and going ahead on the scoreboard. So, if I could go back, I would have hesitated. Would I have got hit in the backfield? I don't know. But my motive was get in the end zone. And I think the same thing for Eric. Like I said, I can't speak for Eric on that either. But I think if we could go back, none of that would have happened. We wouldn't go into overtime, game, but just play out like it was supposed to play out. We walk away with a victory. But things like that happen, and I don't know if it was my fault or Eric's fault, but I was trying to get in the end zone.
Michael Bishop talking with me here about the 1998 Big 12 championship game. I have to ask, too, about the situation that occurred leading up to the game. You found out that a number of the coaches on the staff were going to be leaving to go join Bob Stoops at Oklahoma, and that's another thing a lot of the fan base has always pointed to. From your standpoint, was there any distraction with that happening?
I didn't know anything about that until after the game, but as far as the offensive side of the ball, we were ready. We didn't have any distractions. And if the coaches, eventually they all went ahead and went to Oklahoma, but as far as us as players, we had to go out there and play ball. Regardless of what's going on with the coaches that left, we still had to go out there. Within those 100 yards, we had to go out there and perform. So, it may have been a distraction to some of the guys on defense that spent every day with those guys. But as far as offensive-wise, I think we had everything together. We knew the game plan. We stuck with the game plan.
Michael Bishop talking with me here about the 98 Big 12 title game. We spoke a little bit yesterday about Coach Snyder and peeling back the curtain, so to speak, seeing some of that emotion. And I can remember one of his quotes after the 98 Big 12 title game when you guys lose. He said that it felt like almost a family member had died. What was your perspective of what Coach Snyder was like? What do you remember of what he said to you guys, what he did, what he acted like after that game?
I think he was in shock. Matter of fact, I know he was in shock because I was in shock right along with him, along with everybody else that was out there on the field. It's like, it is just like, losing a family member, because I remember even coming off the field and I always had a bunch of people come up from Texas to the game, and to come out there and see every last one of those, my family was crying, and I'm like, you guys were not even feel, what are you crying for? But I understood the passion, so I definitely understood Coach Snyder's passion, and all those hard years that he put in, the good times, the bad times, that was a shot for him to, be one of the coaches and say, hey, I have a national title under my belt. So I knew, it hurt him as much as it hurt me and the rest of my teammates. So that's something that if you wasn't, out there on the field, you wasn't in the locker room when it was all over, you wouldn't understand the way that we felt inside. I mean, I know that the fans were hurt. I know they were upset, because everybody's getting their plans together to go wherever that national championship was going to be at. And, I knew that, and I know Coach Snyder knew that, and I feel like we, at that time, we let the K-State Wildcat Nation down, but it wasn't something that we did on purpose. We fought hard every play, during that game. So, like I know that it hurt him as much as it hurt me also.
Sir Parker, we were talking a little bit earlier. I think we both agree it was probably down inside the 1 yard line. But I mean, that play, it's like 3rd and 18. What do you remember from watching that play unfold and just how they're able to basically hit a back out of the backfield for such a huge play?
Well, the thing about it is they had ran that play before, and um, I don't know if it was Gerard Cooper or if it was Lamar Chapman, but they had ran that play before, and they were all over the running back. So I knew that they was capable of running that play. It's just a matter of them coming back and having the guts to call it again and having faith in their running back that he can catch it and get towards the end zone. But I mean, I when he went in motion, and I'm on the sideline and I'm so focused, on they're gonna throw it out of the backfield. They're gonna throw it out of the backfield, same slant route. And all of a sudden, to see it happen, and then see the way it unfolded, I was like, oh my God, this does not just happen. And just to be out there in that moment and to see the ref throw his hands up for a touchdown, I mean, it was total shock.
And you've said that you've talked to some of the Texas A&M players, some of the guys, and they were surprised too that they ended up winning the game.
Well, they were surprised because they, and it wasn't a secret. They knew that we were a great football team. They knew that we had all the momentum. They knew that we had countless of All-Americans on their defense, All-Americans on offense. They knew that. So, they knew everything that they needed to know about us at that time. But they showed up to play. I mean, even when I talk to some of the guys, they still say, man, we'll take the win, but there's no way that we were supposed to walk away with that win. And I know that. The rest of my teammates, they know that. It's just the way the game goes sometimes. But that's something that we have to live with for the rest of our lives because we were that close, to either getting a bid to go play for a national title or either going into a different bowl game. Whichever way it would have played out.
Michael Bishop talking with me here about the end of the 1998 season. I know what your answer is going to be to this, and I know what my answer would be to this, but do you believe you guys were the best team in college football that year?
Oh, absolutely. And if you take a poll, to this day from the guys who played that year, it's going to be no-brainer across the board. I think we were the best team in the nation that year. And a lot of the Division I schools, I think would agree with that too.